Moza just released 2 new products, and one is the improved version of the FSR, which was the first well-priced, fully loaded with features including dashboard, steering wheel, and the second is the CM2 5-inch display, which is completely different from the first model. The necessary disclaimer first, Moza sent those 2 products for test and review under the same conditions as many other products I have reviewed in this channel, and that is sharing my opinion in video with you guys. And that being said, let me show you what's improved in that Formula style FSR V2. At first glance they look almost the same, using aluminum back case, 5mm front carbon plate with the same buttons and rotary encoders in the same layout, also the same perforated synthetic leather grips. However, our first request to Moza back then was to change the joysticks with those 7-way switches every sim racer loves. I can confirm that the request is complete, as in the V2 now we have 2 of those 7-way HUDs. Next one is on that futuristic rev light strip, which was different from what we usually see, and I was not big fan of it aesthetically speaking, which is subjective matter anyway, but now it's replaced with 10 individual lights and of course full color control for each of those. For me that's way more pleasant, but what we get extra on this one are 6 telemetry lights, 3 on each side for different warnings like flags, ABS and traction control activation, pit limit, DRS and pit line. What I personally want to see included in those effects is spotter warning for cars on the left and right. However, with those additional lights, the wheel looks way more complete. Moving to the screen, is the same 800 by 480p resolution, which is absolutely fine in terms of pixel density for 4.3 inch size, and the new screen contrast ratio looks better and blacks are deeper at almost every view angle and match the quality of the Vocor. Even the white colors look whiter to my eyes. That's definitely good improvement, but the best part is this one is touchscreen and way more convenient to work with. However, with fingers is super responsive, but using gloves is different story. Some of my gloves respond badly and some doesn't respond at all, which is not the case with Vocor screens. I don't know if they can improve that, and is something to be aware of. In my opinion, with those leather grips, this wheel is not made for gloves use anyway. Another good part is the Moza Dash Studio software have got some very cool upgrades, which I will touch in a minute with the dedicated dashboard. For now it comes with just 5 dashes, but the community will bring some cool stuff in the future, that's for sure. And the last difference in front of the wheel is the logo, which is chrome in that V2 and is not popping out that much as the white one of the first model. Turning around, there are 4 magnetic shifters now with 2 clutches, and the best part is those are way quieter, which was a problem in the first model. Again, what we get in that V2 is 2 extra shifters with less noise in action, new rev lights which looks better, plus 3 more telemetry LEDs on each side, 2 7-way HUD switches instead of joysticks, and better screen with touch control for the exact same SRP price we had for the first model 2 years ago. All those changes are community requests, and I'm happy to see Moza listening and taking action. I believe $649 or €699 VAT included looks like this wheel will remain competitive for a while with one of the lowest prices for the loaded features. Moving to the CM2 dash, that's quite clean design with 5-inch display and highest resolution from the one they use in the FSR wheel with 720 instead of 780p, and again, for that size the pixel density is quite good and the picture really sharp. Then we have 10 LEDs on top for RPMs and 6, 3 on each side for telemetry warnings, just like in the Formula wheel. The package is fit in nice clean aluminum case with bracket on the back for different attachment and is compatible with all Moza bases via RJ connection on the bottom or standalone USB-C on the right side. In person, I have to admit, it feels and looks high quality, and those new screens have very good view angle and contrast ratio. It is touchscreen as well, which is very important for some new features Moza add to the software. Let's jump in and show you something I created for about an hour in the Moza Dash Studio. That's the interpretation of the Porsche Dash from Moza, and that's the real one. And even if they have something in common, they're quite different, but what I did for about an hour tweaking the software is that here. And right now they are pretty much identical. I had the Porsche logo, the light signal. What I couldn't find, however, is the brake bias in the settings, so Moza, please add those. I had to put some delta, and I put the engine map, but I have no idea what are the next three options, so I add something else. But all I had to do is just watch this one and recreate it through the software here, and that's what we can do with every other dash of all the different cars. Now let's jump and create the Lambo dash on the steering wheel. Let's create quickly one new dashboard. The first thing is to add new screen, which as you can see is empty, and I will add few pictures. So picking up the Lamborghini layout, which is super cool, and then maybe another picture, and then another picture, and last one. Now it looks like Lamborghini layout. So next step, let's put some data. I will pick up the linear gauge. So let's copy this and just paste here. And match with the numbers and maybe the size. And next step is to put it on the background. So send it back. And then gauge color. Let's make it orange. Good. Next one. On this side we have all the different live data, and the first thing will be current gear. Let's put it here in the middle and change the size, and let's make it orange. Next, personal best. Why not? Let's put personal best here. Size is too big, let's make it half. 30 is okay. Current lap time. Again, size 30. And maybe on the bottom I will put the delta. Okay, let's put some text. And the size is too big, so maybe 24. No, I will just copy this and paste, so just change the text. Maybe we're gonna put some tire info. Rear right. I hope you get the idea. All those pictures is something you can find on internet and create your own layout or copy some already existing cool dash out there, and then you can just add all the different data provided from the software. Another cool part is we can add another page and then add buttons. Let's put like 6 buttons. You can put text for each one. Now for each of the button we can choose different action. Here on the right we will find simulate key, so let's pick letter. This is A, letter B, W. Okay, Now let's add also a few sliders. For those sliders we can choose wheel-based control or wheel control. There are all the different options like frequency, force feedback intensity, limit angle, output torque, steering angle. You get the idea. And then wheel control, we have blinking RPMs, brightness of the screen, button brightness, and so on. So we can use those buttons and sliders to control the base and the wheel using the touchscreen compatibility. Let's check how that really works. It took me just 6 minutes to create that. The software have definitely evolved a lot. Now let's talk about the buttons which are assigned for different case scenarios, just to showcase what is going on. And for example, B is assigned for car control, but those 4 are assigned into SimHub to control this screen. For example, I can change to the next dash or previous dash, or I can completely turn off and on. Then we have those sliders which are set to control the lights here. I have to make them bigger. And the bottom slider is for display. But you get the idea. If you're in the Moza ecosystem, you can assign different buttons and sliders to control everything about the feedback of your base. And in general, this maybe not on the level of the SimHub, but I'm personally happy with what I can achieve with that, and I'm sure many of you will be happy as well.